Hello lads, this is Vendetta, and we're going to look at a very interesting battle. It's a 2v2, it's a Fall of the Samurai battle, and it's me and my college friend, Monster Jack. Bob, bob, bob. So I sat next to him in history, last year, my early history, and he recently built a new PC, which is very nice, so we played some Fall of the Samurai. So what's not to love about that? And our opponents are Honza and Dalton William, so they're both from the Czech Republic. We're also playing on Kurobi Gorge. This is a nice map. It's got some forests, it's got some hills, it's got some rivers. So a very nice map, a very nice cross section of terrain. Now, a few things before we start off. I finally managed to get my YouTube channel back to what it used to look like because the end of last year, YouTube made an absolutely horrible mistake and they pretty much just changed the style to every single YouTube channel. But I managed somehow yesterday to get mine back to the way it was. So the style has changed, thank God, because I hated the first one, and I can now use my artwork, which is very nice. I've also changed my Steam profile picture back to the knife party emblem just because I think it looks cool, and it was originally like that as well, but I've also changed that to my YouTube picture. So just to kind of clarify for you, I've also put down that we have that I've now actually got a sort of website link, and it's to Ice Shield Gaming now. I'm not sure if you remember, but there was a player called Disaster Soldier in one of our tournaments, and he's from Denmark, I believe, and pretty much, Ice Shield Gaming is one of his Steam groups, and pretty much he's made a website. It just went up live beginning of this month, April, and yeah, I'd much well appreciate it. He's made a little section for me for some Total War Shogun 2 announcements. So yeah, that's kind of like my little area, and I've put a link down to it, to the forum. So any sort of future events or tournaments are mainly going to be just kind of like, posted there. So that's kind of like an official little forum thread, for me in that respect. So I would appreciate it if you just went down and had a look at it. Just have a look at it, see what you think, and I will be posting a few stuff on there. Anyway, so let's get back to the game. This is Fall of the Samurai, and I'll tell you there's a little bit of a hiccup in a minute. So I've bought some Tosa Riflemen here, so that's my first light brigade. Then I've got some white bears, black bears, and white bears. So yeah, I've got white bears in either flank, then I've got my black bears in the centre. I've got Captain J Cabinet over here. He still looks like Captain Cabinet. This is awful. And then I brought some Carbine Cav. I feel so dirty. I really do feel so dirty playing some Carbine Cav, but they are a lot of fun to use. And then I've stacked on, I think, my 3 best Yariki, all with 18 melee attack. Then let's look at Monster Deck. So he is a bit lower rank. I think he must be 3-star or something. I can't, 3 or 4-star. But by now I'm sure he's a lot higher because I haven't played with him in a while. And I think these two are both, I think, 10-star or 9-star. I can't really remember. At the point of playing, I think I was about a 5-star as well. But he's bought some black bears. Black bears, black bears, black bears. He's bought a whole load of black bears. And then he's got some Yariki, fuck shit up, that's a nice name, Boardman, very good. And then he's also got some Mushroom Man, so that's his general, this is general, what the fuck, the shit is his Yari, running, okay, very nice, and some Spear Lowy. So those are our armies. Let's go over to our opponents. I think my opponent over here, yeah, was he playing, no, he was playing Fall of the Samurai. I thought he was genuinely playing traditional, but he's bought a melee army, which is interesting to see. So he's got Spear Levy, lots of those guys for meat shielding. He's then got some Shogatai, ouch, and some Katana Kachi, more Shogatai, more Katana Kachi. Shogatai are an OP unit. Their melee base stat is 19. That's got to be nerfed within an inch of its life. I think the proper term from my friend Afropod would be Shogatai are broken. They are a broken unit. They just don't work with the game. We've got some Kyoto police, so they're of course more advanced Spear Levy. And he does also have some cavalry, so he's got some Yariki over here. I think he's got 2 more Yariki as well. Then let's go over to Dalton. What's Dalton got? He's got some Vermilion Bird Force, some Black Bear Infantry, Infantry Day Marine, more Black Bear Infantry, and of course he's then got his General Sasusan, and he is a range general, which is definitely something I would advise playing as if you're going to be playing as Fall of the Samurai. I don't think I would ever go melee in Fall of the Samurai. I think it's a bit of a silly move to make, but that's just me, So let's see what, I don't really know what other units he might have. He might crop out some like Cav, I'm not sure. Anyway, So, the little quirk, the spanner in the works, yeah, that basically what happens is that me and Deck, we spent ages trying to do this, and he quits by accident. Oh, we've got an ambush. We must look at it. So he did actually play some Yugatai units, which did stop me from playing, and I had to spin all my units around and take them out quickly before he did any more damage. He's already taken out a good lot of my men, and these units will be hurling straight through, getting some very nice shots. I think my game volume might be a little bit too loud. I mean, I can hear it loud and clear, but most probably you can't. I'll put it down just a bit. There we go. So these Tosa Riflemen are going to rip through those. Tosa Riflemen are so good. That's why they are very expensive. But this is what happens. So at this point, Deck... Oh, he loses connection, guys, and I'm paired with the AI. Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever. That if your ally loses connection and you're forced to play with the AI, yeah, we know what's going to happen. So over on this side, you know, he's trying to charge into my carbine cav, which is a good move. He does micro his cav a little bit, splits them up, and I have this unit here ready to counter this one from charging into my carbine cav. I have to make sure these guys stay alive because they do play a pivotal role in the battle. Well, from what I can remember, I haven't actually seen this battle in a while. But yeah, I'm just trying my best to try and clean up his cavalry. Mine have got higher melee stats, which means I should be able to clean it up pretty easily. But really, I just want to run away my carbine cav. So I've got some Rolling Thunder there. I think the other one's called Legionnaire or Legionary. Yeah, Legionnaire. But as you can see, the AI is taking full effect, taking full advantage of the terrain, and full advantage of the fact that its units are completely inferior to Dalton's. He just runs cavalry. Oh god. So pretty much, this is now turned into a 2v1 situation. I mean, the AI has rallied. It's running cavalry directly into line infantry. Oh, I just don't like it. CA, why didn't you make a better AI? I remember when they were talking about the announcement video, and they were talking about how the AI programming is going to be far superior to any Total War. No. No, I just don't think so. These guys are going to be unleashing, but they're getting ripped to shreds. Lost 40 men already to 15 kills. So this is just so bad. Against infantry, 114 reload speed, 150 range. The AI has just got wasted. Look at that unit. Tear it up. I think you were the one that just got teared up, buddy. So yeah, you can probably guess what's going to happen. So I'm going to have to fight both of this. This was actually the second time because we loaded in. And we should take some nice shots there. But we did actually load into the battle twice because, of course, Declan did have a poor connection at the time. So this was actually our second attempt. And the second attempt, I just said, because it was a bit unfair on Dalton and Honza, so I said, you know what, fuck it, we'll just play a match, because you guys have been waiting so patiently. So Dalton is going to rip apart the AI, so it is going to create a 2v1 situation, and my army is tiny as well. I did manage to get away with a lot of Yariki though, which is nice, and I think the AI did minimal damage, so as you can see, most of them have, all of them in fact have got over 100 men left, so I've got my work cut out for me. And what was that? I think I just put on some suppressive fire there. I'm going to retreat back. My Tosa Riflemen are going to be crucial because they have got that 150 range and they are my best unit. My general is now joining in the fight. It's like I'm the British here in South Africa getting charged by a bunch of Zulus. This is this is brutal. So these guys are beginning to break. I think they will break any minute now. This is why I love Carbine Cav, because they're such a great kiting unit. Again, I feel dirty as F playing them, but you know, you kind of do what you have to win. And I do generally bring them to most of my FOTS battles. They're even worse than mounted gunners, so that's the problem. As in, that's how annoying they are. So my cavalry have got caught up here with some Katana Kachi and some more Katana Kachi. So that was kind of a bad move on my opponent's part. You shouldn't quite be charging in, you know, sword units into cavalry. And he does just about manage to catch, what unit is this? The White Bear Infantry, which is better than the Black Bears. The Black Bears are the worst in combat, I think, in like hand-to-hand, but I think they're the best in terms of shooting. So I'm going to sacrifice my White Bear Infantry here to try and actually get some kills, hold them off. This is something you should definitely do, to try and make several arcs of fire, and it's definitely why I situated myself on this hill, because that way, oops, Oh yeah, good. I'm shooting. Because that way you can place one unit here, one unit just above, and the one behind can shoot over the head. So that's something you should always bear in mind. This unit's gonna shatter, so immediately I've already lost one white bear infantry. And this unit has already racked up 150 kills. This one's racked up 123, but I only just managed to pull it out. I only just managed to get rid of them. I think I do put these guys into their what is it? The guard mode, I think it is, which makes sure that no matter where they're getting attacked, if if one of them isn't in combat, then they're still firing. Because sometimes, even if they get caught a little bit, say just on the edge here, by some melee infantry, they'll all stop firing and they will start shuffling down. But if you put them on guard mode, everyone just carries on firing as normal. But this unit over here just carries on. Just carries on fighting hand to hand. So I'm going to shoot them just to make sure they're absolutely broken, they're all shattered. So I've pretty much taken out my opponent here. He's got a few units left, and these units, these Kyoto police, aren't going to be doing too much damage. So now I can kind of start. To stop shooting at them now, save some ammo. And I think he's just pulled up his general's bodyguard, which I thought, great, I'm going to take advantage of that. And I pull up my carbine cav and I try and take him out as quickly as possible, because that way that will basically make a massive impact onto his army. And he is going to keep his general here, which I really wouldn't advise, but because again we're in forest, so he won't be getting too many kills. But I mean, it's still useful, I suppose, because carbine cav are going to be incredibly annoying. They'll be a good flanking unit for pulling apart an enemy, and they're going to continue to fire. I think these guys, yeah, they've got 40 ammunition, so they're stacked. They're basically just a walking, talking armory on horseback. That's pretty much what they are. But Honza's going to be charging at me again. He wants these guys to be in loose formation, but he should really be working in coordination with Dalton, because that way he can get the most effectiveness out of it. But I'm going to again place myself on top of this hill, so it's going to be very hard for him to charge up, and I have kind of got some advantage there. And I pull my Yariki off to the side. I'm not sure where the rest of my Yariki went. I think they all died. I think they actually got shot here. Yeah, I think they might have got shot by some of his guys. So it's not a great move. But again, I've got a superior position. I've only lost one unit so far. Well, 3 if you count them 2 Yariki. But again, what I'm doing is I'm using my cavalry to its max effectiveness. I'm taking it around the flank here. And the reason for this is to obviously get this black bear away, because the least pressure I can put on my force, the better, the least unit shooting at him. So he's kind of gone in a bit piecemeal, Dalton. He needs to go in all together. So, if I were him, I would definitely wait until I had these 3 units up with the main of his army. He has got some Infantry Marine in here, I think, and I do pull forward my Tosa Rifleman just a bit to make sure that I can smack at these Black Bear Infantry, because they've only got 125 range and I've got 150. So I'll take one shot and then I think I run back, because I don't want to get caught off by these Infantry Marine, and he's just going to charge those guys back. So you see, I mean, I do like Fall of the Samurai. I think it's quite a fun game. It's just kind of, it's the same game, but just with slightly different, well, not slightly, but very different units, but it's kind of the same mechanics, which I do like, so it brings a kind of breath of fresh air, if you like. Now, I'm going to pull across my carbine cav to the other flank, because I've got more room to operate all of this, because, obviously the red line is here, and if I try and approach directly, then these units will be able to chomp me down pretty much in just one sweep, and I need to keep these carbine cav alive for the battle to come. So he's going to be able to shoot at me because we've only got 125 range, so his 150 range is poking at my 120, and I'm doing vice versa. But really what I need to do is pull him in range of all of my other bear infantry, and he's going to try and, I think he might just try and pull up his units. Yep, there we go. And this is where we're now going to get the support, so I kind of feel very pressured to do something before these units come in support. But what I do is I do run slightly back up the hill. I'm not entirely sure what actually goes on after this point in the battle. I kind of forget. But again, he's going to be running his Infantry Marine forward. I have my Carbine Cav on the flank now. I'm taking these Yariki around the back, which means these guys are going to be turned on their bums. Basically meaning that, again, it relieves pressure. And I finally managed to rout this Black Bear unit. I pulled forward all of my units, because what I did is I pulled my men back, which made him walk out of the forest, and then I charged them forward very quickly. And I'm going to be able to just quickly tear through this Infantry Marine with these Tosa Riflemen and also the Black Bears, which have only lost, what was that, about 12 men, 11 men? That's about 12, isn't it? Um, and yeah, this unit's going to be coming back, but I think I do just charge in at the opportune moment. I didn't really need to do this, but I mean, it just kind of helps break this unit up. And I have this Yariki charging in from the back as well, so it actually looks like I could very well win this, even with an AI opponent, 2v2. But yeah, I think I might just be charging. I think I actually do charge as in melee. I think I do, and this unit breaks, yeah. So I do manage to I do manage to spin these guys around on their flank. These Toaster Riflemen are going to chomp into these Black Bears, but then, my carbines get into them, so then I just leave it. And the Toaster Riflemen now focus on the flank of these Black Bears. And now, in a really scary wave of attack, I now have Yariki charging in with a lovely extended line. And they're going to be smacking straight into the back of these Million Bird Force. These units, I think, are going to be firing into these Black Bears. These Toaster Riflemen are trying to finish off these Black Bears. My General just set off a rally, and this unit is getting kind of chomped up. But again, the Yari key is just in at force and is going to be chomping up this Million Bird Force. Done a full circle there. And I think he's actually tried to take out my General, which is a good move. I would advise that. But really, I think at this point, I just have got too many men for him to try and attack. And I do manage to just shred them apart. So the Toaster Rifleman going to get some nice little shots there. Toaster Rifleman a beast at 485 kills off that one unit. 295 and 106 it looks like. And then these guys got 173 kills. So I racked up the kills there. I actually managed to win with an AI, which I think is pretty good. But I would like to do some more Fall of the Samurai. So if anyone does have Fall of the Samurai, just tell me and I'll more than gladly play with you. And I'm going to get one nice last volley off here, and this Black Bear's going to be routing, and I've got the long Yariki wave of death is closing in. Are they going to be routing imminently? We will know soon. But I think they are. No, they're not going to make contact. So I mean, that was a good game. I still came out with most of my army, which was nice, especially with an AI. AI is just insanely retarded on multiple levels of intelligence. Is not really an AI, it's more of an artificial retardedness. But hope you enjoyed, and we'll go to results screen. And here we are. So I actually did bring the least amount of units. Yeah, I think I was the last man standing there. And Honza brought the most units. I think really it was his positioning and my positioning which made me win. He probably should have attacked from several different angles, or he should have waited for Monster Deck to actually, well, I say Monster Deck, but he should have waited for the AI to get churned up by Doughton, and they both should have ganged up on me. That's what they probably should have done. And then they definitely would have won it. Coming at me from two different armies, that is, that's what kind of made them lose it there. And also, so it's really the strength, because they came in at me piecemeal and I managed to chomp them up, which is primarily why they did lose. I do just also want to point out that when we did, this is quite funny actually, when Monster Deck lost connection and it said, "Oh, Monster Deck has been dropped." All of a sudden, his army is standing still, and it rushes forward. AI has taken over Monster Deck's forces. Oh shit! So at the point when I did say, fuck it, I'll just have to win." I did actually say, "Fuck it, I'll just have to win with the AI," and I genuinely meant that as a joke. I didn't even mean it. Although it would actually happen, and it did, which makes it very, very funny, I think. So I said, I'm going to have to win with the AI, and it's kind of funny that I did. So the Toaster Rifleman, 500 kills there. Wow! You never get to see that in a multiplayer match, only in on a boosting session. First Company Black Bears managed to rake in 340 kills. Legionnaire Carbine Cav 200 kills. Third Hammer easily getting over 100 kills there, and Rolling Thunder also achieving the same. So that was an exceptional match for my forces anyway. I don't think I really jumped up many ranks, but it was still a great match. 3,000 XP, that's great. And Honza, all of his units did fairly decently, but he needed to kind of cooperate a lot more with Doughton, and they would have won the match so easily. I don't think it's even worth looking at Monster Deck, looking at the AI, but I mean, it still did fairly decently. I mean, if you add all this up, it it makes about, what, 200 kills maybe. So it still did kind of contribute a little bit. And Dalton obviously getting Infantado Marine and Black Bears, and more Black Bears raking in over 200 kills there, just from the AI, which pretty much gave him units, gave him kills and XP. But the Yugotai unit probably could have been used a little bit more effectively. That's kind of the only thing I would say about him. But I hope you enjoyed the battle, and I would just like to reinforce Ice Shield Gaming. There is a link underneath my PC specs in my on my featured list on my YouTube page. So go look at that. Just click on the link and just have a browse around on the forums and get to know it a little bit. And I hope you enjoy the replay. It's a very interesting one. So bye for now.